Hello and welcome to episode 413 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day, and I mean every single day, I share a piece of simple and actionable advice. It's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, in today's episode, I'm talking about how I close people. I've been doing this instinctively for the past 7 years at least, and it was not contrived when I started doing it. It just kind of made sense to me, but the transparency of it, the honesty of it, and the ballsiness of it just makes it work. And I call it the no follow-up close. You could probably tell from the name exactly how I do it, but when I pitch a client for a clear sales message project, at the end of the call, I would say, look, I would love to work with you. I've got some ideas, what we'd already do, to be honest with you, because in most cases I would love to work with you. But of course, the decision is yours. You've got to make the best decision for yourself. So go away, have a think. I mean, if you want to tell me now, great, but go away, have a think about it. If you want to work with me, you know where I am, reach out. That's great. And I'm booking blah, blah period in advance. If you got some questions, then you know where I am, reach out. I'll answer those, like I said in my FAQ, etc. And that's it. I'm not going to follow you up because you don't want to be followed up. And I don't want to have to follow you up. So randomly, I'll call you next week. Say, oh, just checking in. How are you? You don't want to be chased. I don't want to have to chase you. You know if you want to do this or not. You know if you've got questions or not. So just let me know. But I definitely love to work with you. So maybe not word for word, but a little bit like that. That's what the end of my call looks like. So I'm kind of pushing back the person. And it's not like weird mind games. It's just how I am. So I'm saying, look, you got to make the best decision for yourself, whether that's to work with me, whether that's to not. That's for you to decide, but I'm not going to chase you because I don't want to. And that's genuine. I don't want to have to chase people. I want to find more people. One of my mantras is don't chase them, replace them. So rather than spending time chasing you, I'll just find 100 more of you, to be honest. And that's what I'll do. Not in like a arrogant way, but that's how I do things, by volume. I'll speak to more people, have more opportunities. And to be honest, for myself, it's a bit of a challenge because if you're on a sales call with me and I've told you what I do, etc., etc., if you don't buy, well, I haven't done a good enough job, have I? Either you're the wrong person or you haven't seen the value in what I do or something's not quite right. But anyway, that's how I do it. The no follow-up close is definitely not for the faint of heart. And you've got to do it in such a way where you don't sound like an arrogant tool. And hopefully in how I spoke just then, you wouldn't have got that impression. But for me, it's a genuine thing. Got to make your own decision. I would love to work with you, which is an important thing to say, right? I would love to work with you. We'd love to have your business. Got to make it clear. We don't be dismissive and arrogant and say, yeah, you let me know, but we're not going to chase you. That is arrogant. If you say, we would love to work with you, but it is, of course, your decision. Oh, and by the way, we don't really chase people because you don't want to be chased, do you? And we don't like to have to chase people. I have had a couple of people say, no, actually, please do chase me because I'm busy. I might forget, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No problem at all. In that scenario, I will chase you up. No problem at all. But typically, I don't. So that's a no follow-up close. It works really well for me. Like I say, just instinctively, I started to do it about 7 years ago, start of my self-employment sales career. It's extremely bold and ballsy. But for me, it definitely works. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow, episode 414. We're talking about a type of problem that your client might not even realize they have, and it's up to you to point it out to them. That's it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition where I stifle yawns on the Daily Sales Message.